This episode is brought to you by Pine Melon, the farmer's market delivered. They deliver Colorado's freshest local produce straight to your doorstep. Pine Melon is a next-generation grocery delivery app that partners with over 200 local farmers, ranchers, and producers right here in Colorado. So I need dragon fruit, some of those cotton candy grapes. Oh, I love those grapes. Cherries. Is it cherry season? Pine Melon offers same-day delivery to Denver and Boulder within a 2-hour window. No subscription necessary. So support local today and use promo code CityCastDenver for $75 off your first delivery at pinemelon.com. Today on CityCast Denver. Welcome to all our new listeners and our longtime listeners and members too. This is our regular monthly guide to Denver, and we've got a lot of fun stuff to tell you about. This July, we're sharing all the tips you need to make the most of this month in the Mile High with can't miss events and need to try bites. Today is Monday, July 1st. I'm Bree Davies, and here's what Denver's talking about. Producer Paul Caroli, hello.
Hey, Bree.
And producer Olivia Jewel-Love, hi.
Hello.
So July is here, and of course, it's fireworks season. Well, it's fireworks season in my neighborhood year-round, but I think there's a ton of other non-explosives related things to do in and around the Mile High City, and we rounded up our faves. As usual, we're breaking them down into a few categories. I think we're going to start with something to do or experience this month. Olivia, what have you got?
This one is very Olivia on brand.
Perfect.
So this one, anyone, anytime, any day. What we'll be doing is we'll be hitting up your local Target, Five Below, Walmart, any local establishment such as that. Gonna buy the cheapest tube you can find, preferably with something fun on it, like some sparkles, some characters, maybe Thomas the Train, something like that. Pick one of those up, use all your air to blow it up, fill up a cooler with your beverage of choice, maybe go grab a sandwich or something. I don't know. Paul was talking up Jersey Mike's the other day. And then you're going to head over, you're going to fill your car up with as many people as you can fit in it because it's by the carload. And then you're going to go over to Bear Creek Lake Park and hit the Soda Lakes and just sit on that tube with a sun hat and sunglasses, please, and sunscreen,
Definitely.
Please, and just float with your beverage of choice forever.
Enjoy that big old Jersey Mike's sandwich.
Just forever. You're going to just float on that lake forever. And that's exactly how I'm going to be spending my 4th, except in Missouri.
I know. I was like, you're such a lake girly. I'm glad you bring that to
I will
this
be
podcast.
doing this in a different state, but I will be doing exactly this. So, and I have done this exact activity down to buying the tubes and blowing them up with all the air in my lungs. Every summer I've been here. So do it. It's great. So
I have a pro tip for where to get a good cheap tube too. Is actually King Supers for some reason. It always has seasonal stuff.
There you go.
And last year I got the patio swing that you were on with me yesterday, Olivia, in my yard. I got that for 70% off from the grocery store.
Wow.
So they'll have blow up tubes, little wading pools, and they're usually on sale by this time of year. So
Yeah. I spent maximum $5 on a tube, and I think the children at my apartment pool stole it from me afterwards. And that's fine because I didn't have to store it.
You have to worry about it.
I love giving back to the community.
I love that idea. Paul, what about you? Something to do or experience this July?
Oh, for sure. So for me and my wife, summer tradition every year, we love to go to a drive-in movie. And this year I was kind of excited because I saw that the 88 drive-in up in up near
City.
Brighton, Commerce City. Yeah, they are open for another season. But then I checked the Yelp reviews and they're really, really bad.
Really?
Someone was saying you can go, the staff are not nice and you have to hear trains go by 3 times during the movie.
Sold.
So that's not my recommendation. I recommend driving a little bit further up to Fort Collins, where there is an excellent drive-in theater called the Holiday Twin. It's $9 per person for a double feature. For me, this month, I've got my eye on Twisters. which stars Glenn Powell, the leading man Hollywood really wants us to think is a movie star. But I love the original Twister in the 90s. So Twister's on July 27th, the holiday twin in Fort Collins.
It's good that this is a sequel. I'm glad you mentioned that because this is a follow-up to Twister. This is Twisters. Different movie.
I assume this is about tornadoes.
Yes.
You got it.
I mean,
Yes.
as somebody from Kansas, I don't appreciate the appropriation, but I guess I can let it slide.
Have you have any personal experience with tornadoes?
Yes. Yes.
Was it scary?
I've spent many spring evenings in my basement. And then also at one point, my parents and I were driving to the lake and we were like, oh, it's very stormy. And then all of a sudden the wind just started going the opposite direction very, very hard.
Whoa.
And we looked and we're like, oh, that's a tornado. But we're in the middle of the country. So we're like, well, we've just got to drive faster than it. And we did.
Damn.
So I'm here. So I think
Nice.
everyone
That's
in my
exciting.
I think everyone in my family has a personal tornado story. My brother does specifically outside of that experience too. So, yeah, Midwesterners.
You can get the virtual experience just watching the movie from the safety of your car, though. Right?
Yeah, I guess. But we Midwesterners, we really know what it's like. I'll have to watch it and see if it's historically accurate.
See if it's authentic. Yeah, to your experience. I love that.
Nice. Well, Bree, what are we doing this month?
It's concert season, and the Cross Currents Festival is happening at Riverfront Park on July 13th. It's totally free, and the headliner this year is Girl Talk, who I love. He's a mashup DJ. I drove to Seattle to see him in like 2006, I think. I was such a big fan. I've seen him like 9 times, but this is awesome. It's outdoors. It's in Confluence Park, so it's right on the river. It's beautiful. Whoever is booking for these events is doing an awesome job. The lineup this year has been so awesome, but this is like their big festival, the Cross Currents Festival, and it's also a fundraiser for the Greenway Foundation, which has actually been one of the groups behind cleaning up the South Platte River over the last decade or so. So, actually, since 1974, excuse me. They've been working on this for a really long time. But it's just, I've been to a couple concerts there and it's an awesome space. It's beautiful. It's right in the middle of the city. Again, the shows are free. You can bring your kids if you want, sit out on a picnic blanket and enjoy the music. So that's where I'm going to be. Yeah.
Girl Talk was so big when I was in college. Humongous.
I have seen Greg Gillis, aka Girl Talk, so many times and I've never had a bad time. So the thing about mashup DJs is they play 3 seconds of every song ever. So he's definitely going to play something you like. So.
Is he mixing it live or is he doing the just sort of like press and play and then waving his hands around?
That's such a good question. I don't know because I watch him stand on a stage with a laptop. I'm not selling it, but I'm telling you it is always fun. So to answer your question, Paul, I don't know. That is a fair question.
Well, go and find out and let us know.
There you go. Yeah. Recommendation. Go find out for yourself.
All right. Well, our next category is something to eat or drink. Paul, why don't you start us off?
Okay, I've got a great one for this. So July, good time to get outside. Great time to get up into the mountains. One of the best ways to go, a place, at least a road I find myself driving out into the mountains on frequently is 285. And I recently stopped at a restaurant right outside of Evergreen on 285 that way exceeded my expectations. And honestly, I think would be just worth it for an afternoon or just a visit in its own right. It's a destination. It's called the Snowpack Tap Room and Pizzeria.
Huh.
It's in a dumpy strip mall. But the food is like really, really good. Pizzas I've had great experiences with. I would shout out the pear and gorgonzola salad specifically.
Ooh.
And they have a really fun take on nachos with queso blanco, black beans, and then this blackberry barbecue drizzle and pickled jalapenos. So it's like a little bit spicy
Little
and
sweet.
very savory, a little bit sweet, and just like so fun. They also have this big outdoor space that they call the beach, which is very summery, but like there's no water. This is the mountains of Colorado. But they do live music. They have all kinds of events out there. Just a really cool place to hang out for a whole afternoon and gorge on surprisingly good food.
We love our Yeah, we love our secret strip mall gems, and you can
Yes.
even find them in mountain towns, which I love.
Yes, this is a cool spot. I don't know if I've really spent any time up here, but I've definitely drank their beers and seltzers.
Nice.
Huge
yeah, they have
fan.
a good beer list.
Huge fan, yeah. Great stuff. And I know I drive by it all the time.
It's like totally unassuming, right? Like you would never expect this place to be actually good.
Yeah, a lot of those little places up there are tucked away, but good
Sounds-
stuff. Love it.
Sounds great.
Good
Not
rec.
yeah, not too far of a drive either. That's nice.
45 minutes.
Olivia, what about you? Something to eat or drink?
So I've been hyping this place up to the CityCast gang, and I've decided to reveal it to the CityCast gang of listeners.
The broader gang.
The broader gang, everyone else. Hey guys. But speaking of places in strip malls, this is one. But it's in Littleton, and I found this pretty recently within the last month. Ground Up Coffee in Littleton. This is like my new favorite place. They make fresh crepes there.
the
They make them
place.
Love
hot
it.
in front of you with the little crepe tool thing, the little
Amazing.
spinny
skill.
stick. And then they have so many good drinks. And like, I'm normally just a coffee person. I mean, that's totally not true. I just like a little drink. I like a little treat. And they've got all of that down to a T. They have little crepe cakes. They're a bakery. They have so many little treats. And then they have amazing looking lattes and beautiful. Just if you want an aesthetic drink, this is where you go. This is where you get an Instagrammable drink
You want
that
a
is
good
also,
picture.
it tastes amazing. I would recommend, I've been there a couple times now. They have good lunch sandwiches. They have savory and sweet crepes. So like if you're either one of those, they're so good. And then I had a iced strawberry matcha. So good.
Ooh.
As we know, I'm a strawberry person. That was amazing. I had like a sparkling strawberry drink that was just like very refreshing on a hot day. They have everything. I'm obsessed with this place. It's so cute. Very just Instagrammable drinks that are actually tasty. So, and it's
And
in a little
crepes.
unassuming strip mall in Littleton. It's over by Tamale Kitchen in Littleton. There's a lot of stuff over there. Old Crow's is over there. You can make a day of it. Go to Old Crow's Antiques, get you a little drink. There's a nursery over there, I think. Lots of stuff.
Ooh.
Whole day of
Whole day
girl
in
boss
Littleton.
activities.
I love
I'm
it.
on their website right now, and I'm seeing they serve Kaladi Brothers coffee,
Yeah.
which I
Ooh.
once got dragged on this show for saying was my favorite coffee locally.
Oop.
So I'm on board.
I know. I was
Well-
like, that place is just for you then, Paul. Go enjoy that coffee.
I know there's a lot of local roasts and stuff. I'm talking about the experience, the vibe. They're making like interesting drinks. They have cool drinks. They have lots of non-coffee drinks too for you non-coffee people. Lots of cool stuff and fresh crepes they're making in front of you. They got it all, folks.
I mean,
Love this
strawberry
place.
matcha latte. I've never heard of that. That's interesting. I wanna
It's
try that.
amazing. It's amazing. It was so good. And yeah, it's great. And it's just tucked away in this little strip mall. And there's like a fancy pet store next door with really, really expensive dog food. So if you're into that,
I love
Make
a
it a
crazy
day.
rich person's pet store. You
yeah,
can always find fun stuff.
lots of cute dog toys and stuff. So,
Cute.
Yeah. But yeah, definitely hit this place. Love it. Bree, what are we eating or drinking?
You know, I'm staying in the city.
Yep.
I am going to be a city girl this year. The Our Lady of Mount Carmel Catholic Church 93rd Annual Bazaar. It's an Italian festival.
Ooh.
July 20th and 21st. It's in the evenings too, which is nice. So it'll be a little bit cooler. But they have sausage sandwiches, meatball sandwiches, pizza, just so much good food. But then it's a bazaar. So they have like kids games. They have a raffle. There's definitely some low stakes, maybe not called gambling happening there. It's fantastic.
93rd annual.
Yes, and it's in front of the historic Our Lady of Mount Carmel Catholic Church. It's so beautiful. It's this it's a historic piece of the neighborhood when it was more of an Italian neighborhood, but the community really comes out for this. The food is so great and the vibes are just awesome. And I just love a good neighborhood bazaar. I love a good church bazaar.
Yeah.
And this is kind of the best to ever do it. If you want to do one in Colorado, this one is the one to do. So
Sounds
that's where
fun.
I'm gonna be.
Go eat some meat. Get the
Hell
meat sweats. Walk around. Look at
Play
stuff.
bingo.
Love that.
All kinds of fun stuff.
Good pick.
This episode is brought to you by Central City Opera. Central City Opera's Summer Festival is almost here. Don't miss your opportunity to experience exceptional musical theater and opera in the Central City Opera House. Immerse yourself in this historic 1878 theater's vintage Wild West vibes while taking in shows like Pirates of Penzance, Girl of the Golden West, and Street Scene. Central City Opera is focused on providing opera for the people. It's not just about tuxes and opera glasses, though you're welcome to dress up if you want to. I have this prom dress from the 90s that I need an excuse to wear again, but it's like this iridescent peach color, and I have no other place to wear it. And I think the Central City Opera House would be perfect. But this is Colorado. Folks are welcome to come in jeans and flannels if they want. You can find tickets and a performance schedule at centralcityopera.org/citycast. Book tickets by June 30th and use the code CityCast at checkout for 20% off all performances after July 18th. Again, book using code CityCast at centralcityopera.org/citycast. Okay, our next category this is the themed category for this month, which is something red, white, and or blue. You can interpret this any way that you would like. Olivia, do you want to start?
Yes. So my interpretation of this is a recommendation to go to Inglewood's Blue Tile Gallery to see to see Catitude by Timothea Bierman, which is on view from July 3rd to August 3rd, Thursdays through Sundays. And these are silkscreen monotype prints and abstract paintings. And the description was they're mostly based around the palpable personalities of her two black cats. And I actually saw some of these at the last First Fridays I was at, and they are so cool. I have a black cat. One of my cats is a black cat. And so I immediately resonated with this art because they're these really cool arts of just black cats looking cool and tough on the ones I saw. I've only seen a couple of them because I think it was just a preview that I saw, but there was one that was a black cat holding a snake in its mouth, and he was like, "Don't tread on me." And then there was well, I actually don't know what exactly it said, but it was that
I've
vibe.
got it up here. It's even better. It says, "I tread where I please."
Oh yeah, it was cool. It was sick. I wanted it. I was like, this is so cool. I think they have prints of it, so I'm like, I could see myself getting that. And then, yeah, they're just a bunch of cool. They're sick, especially as somebody who has and loves cats. I was like, these are so cool. So I definitely want to go see this. And yeah, this was my
support local art.
I know, so cool.
Always a fave. Like I always say, never too early to start your local art collection. And I love the tie in here. So for the red, white, and blue theme, you went with the Blue Tile Gallery. Love it. Paul, what about you?
Well, I'm also going blue here. And I'm tapping into one of my few really great memories from the first year of the pandemic. And my wife and I, we went out one Saturday morning, or maybe it was during the week actually, because it was really not crowded. And that's the draw here. So the blue waters at the Aurora Reservoir are a great place to go swimming. It's not one of the local reservoirs where they get super, super crowded. It's a little bit more off the beaten path, a little bit further outside of town. People don't normally think about going east, but they got really nice facilities out at this place, and it's pretty cheap. You can get in for $10 on a day pass during the week or $15 on the weekends. Enjoy a pretty comfortable beach. There's walking trails. You can walk all the way around the reservoir, get real sweaty, and then jump in the water. If I get to go back this year, I won't have to wear a mask in the water, which was just
oh my God.
What a weird memory.
Oh, that sounds awful.
A weird time. Yes, it was very awful. But then as just a bonus rec, this is just, again, part of my great memory. But on the drive home from the reservoir, there's this place that we stopped at called Tacos La Morenita in Aurora, where I've had the best chilaquiles I've ever had in my life. It's a strip mall at Hampton and Chambers. Yes. The chilaquiles, you get a little tomatillo, green salsa, delicious. After a hot day on the beach, spicy pile of chilaquiles, sitting on the hood of the car, chowing down.
Nice.
That's my rec for something blue, sort of.
I
and
also
red
just-
salsa.
Yeah, and red.
I love this rec though, Paul, because it gets so freaking hot in July,
Yes.
and those reservoir waters are freezing, and this is the perfect time to go because
Sounds
you're
so
100%.
nice.
there's just no other way to cool down, and this will immediately cool you down. I love it.
That's very nice.
It does.
Bree,
I
how about
like
you?
that. Well, for me, the thing I think about is shave ice, like red, white, and blue. I'm thinking like shave ice with like tiger's blood, coconut, and blue raspberry, right?
Nice.
So I'm like terminally on the hunt for a good shave ice place. The one I've found that I go to most is Bahama Bucks in strip malls, but I found this other one that I'd never heard of. I'm actually going to get out of the city for it. It's called Punch Buggy. They have locations this is on Peyton's side of town, Erie, Lafayette, and Louisville. And it's just a locally owned shave ice place. Funny enough, they don't use artificial colors. So you will have to be
Just, like,
imagining
brown.
the colors.
So it's like clear.
Some of them are clear. Some of them are pink. Some of them are pinkish red and a little blue. So you're not going to get those like deep red dye number 5 tiger's blood red.
So it's
but
pink, clear, and light blue.
it's a color that you're thinking about in your mind when you're eating the flavor of shave ice. So that's where I took my red, white, and blue.
Yeah, if you're a Kona ice truck driver, you better watch out because if Bree sees you on the road,
Seriously.
she will start following you until you reach your destination.
I follow them on Instagram trying to find them all the time, and I always find it too late. So
You
if
need to like
also
take an air tag and slip it under the tire.
stick it on the Kona ice truck because it's the dessert I love. But I'm going to try this Punch Buggy place. It sounds
I don't think
super
it's a
cute.
dessert, Bree. It's ice.
It's not. What do
I
you
think
mean it's not a dessert? Sometimes they put
It's
condensed
ice.
milk on it. You can put whipped cream on it. You can put sprinkles on it.
Sorry,
Come on.
I don't mean to rain on your slushy parade, but I think it's ice. But we can agree to disagree on this one.
Well,
In the spirit
That's-
of red, white, and blue.
that's my
This is America. We can have
it's time to
differing
come together.
we can have
right.
differing opinions. This is the melting pot. The melting pot of shave ice.
Well, listeners,
Anyway.
if you have any other shave ice recommendations, please let me know on the Bree Needs Shave Ice ASAP hotline 720-500-5418. But before we go, we offer a tip to everybody for something related to July, something that might be applicable to your life or help you out. And I will start. Again, it's fireworks season. I don't know how I didn't learn this until a couple years ago from my handy neighbor, Martin, but you should, especially on 4th of July or around that, spray water on your roof and anything that you're worried could get lit up by fireworks. So just like keep watering down your house a little bit in case a rogue firework goes and starts a fire. So I learned that, and we do that every year now. We water that and we make sure our lawn is damp that night for sure. So that's my tip. Paul, what about you?
Well, I mean, here's a tip. We're doing a live event this month. You should come to it. It's just another recommendation of something to do that's going to be awesome, and you should definitely do it. Because we're going to be on stage at the Colfax Indie Bash with our friends from the Colfax Avenue Business Improvement District. And it's going to be a really fun party. They got a killer venue this year. We're going to be in the backyard of this like awesome Airbnb right off of Colfax. It's one of those like old mansions, but it's been renovated. There's a hot tub back there that I don't know if it's going to be operational during the party, but we
I will
keep
be in the
talking
hot
about
tub.
whether or not we're going to be using it. So maybe that's going to be there. But I'm really looking forward to it. And we have a very special guest that we're waiting to announce. But we're going to have the link in the show notes, and we'd love to see you all there.
Good tip, Paul. Hot tip. Hot tip.
Super
See
hot
you
tip.
there.
Sure. Olivia, close us out.
Well, the tip I gave last night was don't do fireworks at your own apartment complex. Go to someone else's apartment complex to light off fireworks because you can't get evicted from someone else's apartment complex. But I don't know that that's great advice because things are really flammable in this state. So I will give you advice that I've already taken this year. And since I'm going to Missouri, the heart of 4th of July country for 4th of July, I needed a shirt, a themed outfit, if you will, for 4th of July. And instead of hitting up like Walmart or where I don't know where else you would get that type of clothing besides Walmart. But instead of doing that, I went to my local thrift store and they had a whole rack
Oh, yeah.
of some old dead guys, probably old America outfits. And they just get better with age, folks. So I would say go sustainable. Don't buy something new. Go to the thrift store, get something for like $1, and you're going to be unique at your 4th of July party. You will have the coolest shirt at the barbecue.
We have to
Also-
talk about this actually, because I've seen among young people that it's very popular these days to have like Sturgis t-shirts. You know Sturgis?
Oh, yeah.
The motorcycle thing?
Yeah, the big motorcycle thing. I've seen young people wearing these like all the time. My father-in-law has giant tubs full of Sturgis t-shirts because he
My
used to go
father-in-law-
there.
Oh, he should
Also
sell
one of these
them.
guys.
Dead stock.
It's like a gold mine, right? Like
Yeah.
we gotta get on that.
Get that
Yeah.
get that man on Depop.
Yeah. Well, there's always more where that came from. You can check out our newsletter at denver.citycast.fm, where our newsletter editor, Peyton Garcia, rounds up events for you every day of the week. Paul, Olivia, thank you so much for joining me.
Thanks, Bree. Happy July.
That's all for today here on CityCast Denver. If you enjoyed this show, why not take a minute to tell the friend you're bringing to the Colfax Indie Bash about us? Rate the show wherever you get your podcasts and subscribe to our morning newsletter and learn more about us at denver.citycast.fm. We'll be back tomorrow morning with more news from around the city. See ya.
Do you want a reveal of my 4th of July shirt? So I've got this lovely vest
my
from
God.
Oh,
New
it's like
Direction.
a patchwork. It's like a patchwork 4th of July vest. That's amazing, Olivia. It's nice. It's a vest-ish shirty thing, so it's short sleeved. It's got red,
I'm
white,
really
and blue
gonna shine
everywhere.
at Lake of the Ozarks in the heart of
Really gonna
Missouri.
be best dressed gal at Lake of the Ozarks.